morning, yogis. Let's begin seated. So my name is Satyam. I'll be leading your practice. As always, consult with a medical professional before you begin any exercise program. So if you want to sit up on a block, a bolster, cushion, a towel, back your mat rolled up, finding that. I think this morning, earlier in the practice, I like to do supported bridge. So if you had a block to do bridge on, or you could find something else to support your low back, that would be awesome. Any other props you might need, blankets, straps. If you haven't gathered them already, now would be a good time. So sitting to a tall spine, hands can be on knees, back hands on knees, mudra, chin mudra, thumb and forefinger make a circle, whatever feels comfortable for you. Softly close the eyes. Breathing in and out through the nose. Shoulders are up and back. Chin's in neutral. Gaze is straight ahead. Maybe breathing from the belly. Chest stays in neutral. Belly rises and falls with the breath. Soften your face. And finding your center, your still point. That place you go when you're trying to calm down, feel anxious. Everyone has a little place in their mind that they go to be quiet. Allow the mind, the thoughts to slow down. Setting a sankalpa, an intention for your practice. Something positive. Something that you connect with. If you don't have an intention for this morning's practice, perhaps thinking about the importance of taking time to be still. Sometimes there's nothing between our daily lives and sleep. Or I was busy, or I was looking at a screen. Sometimes we feel this urge, this necessity to always be busy, to feel that we're being productive. Often this is not true. The body has many needs. The mind has many needs. Sometimes it's a good thing to just be still, to connect with yourself and nothing else. It doesn't have to be a long time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just sit, be quiet, Close the eyes. Connect to your breath. Being still. Allowing the breath to deepen. Softly open the eyes. And if your sit bones are supported, you may want to release that. Sit bones are grounded to the mat, to the earth. Let's inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold, beginning with a bit of a longer spine, but then we're going to change it up. So walking the hands forward and then letting the body round. Elbows come towards the mat. Maybe stacked hands, remember different heights. Forehead can always come to a block, a bolster, a cushion, whatever you have available. And we're just going to hang in this fold. So as always in a yin practice, come into the pose slowly, take your time. Typical pose length is 3 minutes, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. You want to come out of the pose slowly. Sometimes tissues are stretched to the limits. We don't want them to snap back. As always, listen to your body. If something's painful, uncomfortable, come out of the pose and come back to something neutral. Anytime we switch poses or we switch sides of poses, you should take any movements your body needs to loosen up. You'll find often that your body comes to an edge, that place where you feel some pulling, maybe some mild discomfort, no more than that. And you'll find after a minute or two that edge moves. So sometimes the tendency is to go to a certain place in a pole, and we just hold there, we get static. So even though we're holding a pose for a long time, it doesn't mean that we can't deepen the pose. So you find you come to your edge, some time passes, you go deeper, another edge, and another edge. I call this riding the edge. Slowly sitting tall. And looking down, remembering which leg's in front. Straighten the legs out. Shake them out if you need to. Roll the ankles, whatever you want to do to loosen up. And coming back, opposite leg in front. So you're cross-legged or Sukhasana, easy seated pose. And we'll enter the pose the same way. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands away a little bit. And then you can come down, elbows, stacked hands, forehead to a block. Whatever works for you. This is obviously a slow, meditative, internal type of practice. I usually recommend that if you're not transitioning poses or you're not trying to figure out what's going on, that you keep eyes closed. The brain is usually preoccupied with visual information. When you close the eyes, it brings you more in tune with the body, with your other senses. Remember, anytime you're using a block, it has 3 heights, assuming you have a block available to you. You can get blocks on Amazon.ca, they'll deliver them to you. If you're ordering some stuff from home, I would also order a yoga strap. That's also available on Amazon, or other places will deliver it to you as well. Slowly coming back up. Don't move your block too far away, we're going to need it. Again, we'll straighten the legs out. Any movements you need to. I like to roll the toes in and out. Good. Let's lie down on our backs, down on our mats. Let's hug the knees up into the chest. Hands on knees or shins. Maybe you're holding hands, holding forearms. Just a little back massage, rocking side to side, back and forth, whatever feels good. And from here, we'll set up for some moving bridge, and then we're going to come to supported bridge. This is where you'll need your block or something to support the low back. Feet are hip distance apart, 2 fist widths. Arms alongside the body, middle fingertips just barely brushing back of heels. Inhale, hips come up. Exhale, slowly and curl hips back down to the mat. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And take your block. I usually recommend the middle setting of 3 or the low setting. The high setting is pretty deep, pretty extreme. So unless you're comfortable with very deep back bends, you wouldn't use that. Bring the hips up on an inhale. And you're going to take the block and you're going to slide it underneath your low back, the sacrum, a little thick bony bit just above the glutes. And then you're going to soften the hips onto the block. Relax. Let the hips, the pelvis open. Just in case you're wondering, my phone is my timer. I'm not tweeting the class. And you have a couple of options from here. Can I stay here with knees bent? Or if you like to try an alternate version, you can walk the legs out, coming onto the heels with the toes to the sky. If that's too much, come back to the bent knee version. Arms anywhere you like, anywhere they're comfortable. And if you're in the low setting and you're not getting enough of a bend with the heels under the knees, you can come to a higher setting on the block. And obviously, if it's too much, you want to go to a low setting on the block or lower setting on the block. And if you do have straight legs, slowly walk the heels back underneath the knees. Let's all lift our hips up. Slide the block out to their side. Slowly uncurl. Hips come all the way back down to the mat. And we'll hug the knees back into the chest. Maybe a little back massage. And from here, we're going to deepen the happy baby and then the Balasana, keeping the knees bent, knees to the outside of the ribs, and the feet up to the sky. Elbows come inside the knees, holding outside edges of the feet. Tailbone is on the mat. Alternates, you can hold heels, you can hold big toes, you can use a strap. This is too much. Slows the feet together, toes to the sky, heels over the pelvis. Hold your ankles, either one. Keep pushing the tailbone to the mat so you're not curling the tailbone up. Try to bring the tops of the thighs towards the mat, alongside the ribs. And we'll gently release the feet, keeping the knees bent. Feet come back down to the mat. And a little windshield wipe of knees, side to side. And then bring everything back to center. So I'm going to take my strap. If you don't have a strap, I would go find a towel. That would be a good time. You're going to take your strap and place a strap on the ball of the right foot. Send the right leg to the sky. You want the right knee perfectly straight, no bend. Shoulders are relaxed onto the mat. And I would suggest nice long straight arms. Shoulders are relaxed, and then the only thing doing work is your hands. So you relax a little deeper into the pose. Some people like to take the strap and make loops so their hands are doing even less work. I don't know if that would work with a towel or not, but you're welcome to try. If your knee is bending, you should drop the heel lower. When the back of the leg releases, then you can come back to center or beyond center. This is an excellent pose to ride the wave on, to go deeper. The body needs more than 2 minutes to get into its deepest version of any pose. But how far you're going to go changes practice by practice, day by day. So don't expect you're always going to get the same results. As yoga teachers are fond of saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint. A little bit of progress over a long period of time makes for some big changes. And gently right leg comes down. And we'll switch to the other side. Trying to be on the ball of the foot, avoiding the arch, a little bit better for the foot. I've switched to the single hand grip. If you want to do that, that's up to you. Remember, you want no bend on the back of the knee. And we'll gently bring the leg down. Strap it your way. Any little movements you want to make. And rolling over to either side. Take a couple of breaths. And we're going to make our way over to tabletop, hands and knees. Shoulders over the creases of the wrists, hips over the knees hip distance apart. Back is flat, neutral, some cat-cow. Inhale, send the belly button low to the mat. Lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, rounding back up the sky, looking between the knees. Inhale, send the belly low, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, rounding up. Keep going. One more round, and then make your way to a neutral spine. And let's get a little bit of movement going just to loosen things up. And walk the hands palm forward, tuck the toes under, breath in. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And we'll walk the dog all to bending left and right knees. And then we'll take a little walk to the hands. Coming to a forward fold. Arms relaxed. Inhale up like a ragdoll, one verse at a time. Head comes up last. Okay, standing tall, mountain pose. Hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up. Maybe a little back bend. And swan dive, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive all the way up, coming up with a flat back. Palms touch. Hands are at center. Inhale, arms overhead, palms touch, maybe a little back bend. And swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive all the way up. Palms touch. Hands are at center. One more. Inhale, arms overhead, palms touch. Maybe deeper back bend. And swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. So we're going to hold elbows. We're coming to dangle. Back of the neck is relaxed. Top of the head falls towards the mat. If you're prone to migraines or you have high blood pressure, you may not want to do this pose. You can just stand tall. Do a couple more of those flows we did. I'm only going to be here for a minute, then we're going to alternate with another pose. If there's any pose, if you do come to standing, if there's anything you want to do standing, anything you know, you should do that. If you need to micro bend the knees, you should. And then we're going to come to Malasana squat. I'm just grabbing my block. So feet are a little wider. Bend the knees. Come all the way down. Elbows come inside the knees. And hands come up to prayer. If this is too much for you, you can bring the sit bones onto a block. So you sit tall. Try to push the pelvis forward. Try to open through the chest and heart. Plant the palms, straighten the legs. We're back and dangle. Feet can be wider or feet can be a little closer together. It doesn't make much of a difference for this pose. Hold. Or you can always soften the back of the knees if you need to. And if the feet aren't already wide, widening the feet out and coming down to your squat. Knees and toes pointing same direction. Flatten the back. Soften the hips. Open the collarbones. Gaze ahead. If you're okay with balance, you can always close the eyes. Plant the hands, straighten the legs. We'll come up to our last angle. Remember not to hold the head up, so you want the top of the head pointing towards the mat. Back of the neck is relaxed, soft. And widen the feet if they're already there. We come down to our last squat, Malasana. Knees and toes same direction. Flat spine, pelvis forward, shoulders up and back. And hands come down to stabilize yourself. Come to your sit bones. Straighten the legs out. Anything you need to do to loosen up. And sort of a yin version of Janushirasana. Send the right leg out to your right, about 30 degrees, foot and a half, 45 centimeters. Sole left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Hands alongside hips. Left lengthen, and then rotate the chest. Remember, the leg doesn't need to be way out. Only a little bit off center, maybe. 45 degrees, 30 degrees. So sternum's in line with the right knee. Inhale up. Exhale, fold hands to the outside of the legs. Turn the palms up. Bend the elbows. Level the shoulders. Push into both sit bones. And then rolling forward. Now you can always put your head on a block. Block can be on the thigh, different heights. Whatever works for you to keep you comfortable. The head is typically about 7-8 kilos, 15 pounds or so. And it's often just sort of hanging off the neck, and sometimes in a long hold, depending on how low you are, it can get a little uncomfortable or put a little too much strain on the neck. That's why we often use block underneath the forehead. Give yourself time to go deeper. Don't push, don't pull, don't use core, only gravity. Tendency is for your left shoulder to sit a little high in the side. See if you can level it out. Slowly walking hands, towards the body, sitting tall. Straighten both legs out. Any movements you need to. Left leg comes out. So the right foot inside the thigh. Hands alongside the body. Lift, lengthen. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. So palms are up. Elbows are bent. On this side, the left shoulder wants to sit high. See if you can drop the left shoulder down. If the left sit bone is lifting off the mat, push it back down. Going deeper, try to do it with an exhale. Or we can use a block for the head. Slowly rolling up tall. Straighten the legs out. Take any movements you need to. Last one, last part of the practice, last asana. It's going to be cat pulling its tail. I'm just not sure what the best angle is for the camera. I'm going to go sort of on a 45. So coming onto your left hip, left elbow. Pick up the top leg, the right leg. Flex the foot. See if you can bring it 9 degrees in front of the body so it's in front of the hip. If you can't make it all the way to the hip, that's okay. And bend the bottom knee, left knee. Sweep the right arm up and over and find the ankle. So from here, you're pulling the bottom knee behind you, so you're stretching the left thigh, the left quadricep, and then we're twisting the upper body. To go deeper, you may want something under the head here. Some people like to have something as a pillow. Take a block, put it under the head, and you can open the right shoulder towards the mat, and you're deepening your twist. So we're hitting 2 different areas at the same time, so this is a nice combination pose. Spinal twist and thigh stretch. If your right shoulder is opening and you come down, you're not on your left elbow anymore, you'll generally be looking up. Some people like to counter stretch and turn the head the other way. I usually just look up to the sky. Close the eyes. This pose on the other side is our last asana before Shavasana. So since twists already tend to slow down the central nervous system, the more we can assist in slowing things down, the better. This is also a pose where we tend to get very static. We stay in one place. The more you bring your right shoulder to the mat, the more you're deepening the twist. And the more you're pulling the left knee behind you, the more you're stretching the left quadricep. And I should have mentioned earlier, if you're having trouble reaching the left ankle, you can use a strap on the left ankle. And we'll gently release the bottom leg, send it down the middle of the mat. Bring the top leg in, bring it down the middle of the mat. You're going to roll to your other side. So if you choose to start on the right elbow, you can. If you want to start lower on the shoulder, you can. Left foot is in front of the hips. Bottom knee bends, left hand holds ankle, and you open. Deepening the twist. I'm running out of room here. Deepening the twist by bringing more left shoulder to the mat. Deepening the thigh stretch by sending the bottom knee deeper towards the back side of the body. Maybe softening left shoulder a little deeper to the mat. Maybe sending bottom knee deeper to the back side of the body. We'll gently release the bottom leg, send it out. Sweep the top leg in, roll onto your back so you're lengthwise on your mat. Hug the knees up into the chest. Any movements you want to make here. And find your way to Shavasana, final posture. Heels nice and wide. Toes fall out. Shoulder blades together on the back. Arms slightly away from your body. Palms are facing up. Breathing in and out through the nose. Breathing from the belly. Tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. Eyes fall back in their sockets. Inhaling courage. Exhaling doubt. Perhaps again withdrawing your senses inward. Coming to that still point inside you. Just be there. Be still. Observe. If any thoughts do come to the mind, don't attach yourself to them. Just think of them as passing clouds in the sky. Look, see, let it move on. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Some gentle movements come back. Fingers, toes, Rolling out wrists, ankles. Maybe taking a full body stretch. And just for variety, let's roll on to our left-hand side. Left arm's a pillow, right hand in front of the heart. Knees are bent. Eyes are still closed. And pushing into your right hand, extend top leg, come to a comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Hands heart center, thumbs to sternum, Anjali Mudra. Thank yourself for taking this practice. Thank yourself for taking this time just for you. From my light to yours. Namaste. So thank you for coming. Video will be uploaded later today. You can post comments there or info@healthetica.ca or Instagram or Facebook. Anyways, thank you very much.